What's a challenge you have that I might be able to help a little bit with?
I guess it's wow. Wow, I just had an epiphany. It's my relationship, I guess men have with me. By me being I never thought about this. That was a male dominant
Yeah, yeah.
field.
I thought about that
So
straight away when you said it. I thought, oh, that's usually guys. So you want to work on the relationship you have with men as a result of you being a truck driver?
yeah, I guess it's my response because they always seem to come with the sexual part, which to me
Okay.
is very, very disrespectful.
I
Come
didn't
to
think of
me,
that, but
huh?
yeah, yeah, I didn't have
So
that
come with
association, but yeah,
okay, so come with me with a respectful conversation. And so my thing is I'd be trying to turn it around, but they still flop that way, and I just walk away.
okay. So, take a breath. Sounds like there's a lot of history here and some pain. Doesn't sound like much fun. What would you like for the future?
What would I like in the future? I'm very energetic. I like to bike ride. I like to do the things I like to do. I like to bike
Sorry,
ride, roller
let's stay
skate.
with this topic. Sorry to
Okay.
interrupt. Let's stay with this topic. So, when you talk to someone, you mentioned that you had a truck driving career, for example. Like, would you like to be more boundaried if people are disrespectful? Would you like to have different? How's that sound? Okay,
Yeah,
so
that boundary part.
great. Let's do that. Let's do that. Because, like if people are being disrespectful to you, you need to be able to say, what would you, in an ideal world, what would you say to people who are disrespectful around that topic?
Okay, I have an example for you. I was pulling my tandems, and this guy was interrupting me. When you pull your tandems, you got to pay attention. And this guy kept telling me, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something. He
Yeah,
said it three times, and I looked at him. I said, dude, you could have told me by now.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so should we work with the boundaries part?
Yes.
Okay, so try this. Put your hand up like you were doing a push up. Yeah. Okay, and have the elbow slightly soft so we're not like aggressively pushing away, but not collapsing either. So it's kind of in the middle. Fingers together, fingers together. That's it. And relax your mouth and keep breathing.
Oh, yeah, that's something else I do. I stop breathing.
Yeah, it's normal when we get stressed. People all around the world do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a beautiful smile. So relaxing the mouth, relaxing the belly, thinking of someone who makes you smile. And how do you say no from the heart?
I'm not interested in that right now.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and it's not passive. It's not like wimpy, but it doesn't feel aggressive either, right?
Oh, yeah, and I'm very aggressive sometimes too. Yes.
Uh-huh. And it's up to you. I mean, you can be as aggressive as you want, but like I would suggest that you can be assertive without being aggressive. Yeah. So show me like an assertive no, which isn't aggressive, but it's still like really clear. Like with that
I
guy.
really don't like I really don't like this conversation that we having right now. So I think I'm gonna leave.
Nice. And you're still smiling, right? How's that
Yeah.
feel? How's that feel? Because you're not wasting energy, you're not getting pissed off. How's that feel?
That feels great. It really it's a different thing because I would have come very more, what do you call it, aggressive, more
Yeah.
with anger, with more
Yeah.
assertiveness. So that you get away from me real quick.
Well, I felt that. I was a bit scared of you. I was like, damn, she's gonna run me over in a truck. I was thinking that's a bit scary. So it's sometimes we do need to be like that energy if something's life threatening or someone's, seriously assaulting us, but like I've got this too, right? I come from an Irish family and we're pretty fucking we fight and we're aggressive that way. And just toning that down a bit can be really helpful for me. Yeah. And not all the time, but when it's appropriate. I don't like you don't always have to kill people, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's not always. My murder rate has gone right down, right down. Okay, and how does it feel to laugh and smile about this?
Oh, it feels great. I actually do have a very violent temper. I
Yeah,
do cuss a lot. So when I laugh, it sort of puts the takes the edge off of me,
that's
you
what I
know.
thought. Right, it softens you, right? It makes you more
Yeah.
accessible, and and that what other relationships in your life might this help with? So finding like assertive without being aggressive and being able to laugh through and kind of soften the edge a bit. Where else might that be
Oh
helpful?
yeah, I forgot to tell you, I'm a victim of gaslighting. And what gaslighting is mental abuse. So I've had to go through all my training to bring my mind back to a point of relaxation. So if I see any trace of that gaslighting,
Yeah.
I lose it. I
Yeah.
lose it.
Okay, so that might be another place, right? Because what tends to happen is we get over defended. We have a trauma, something bad happens, and then we're like on the hunt for that thing. You know, it's like we're on the lookout for it, and we're like ready to kill someone if they even make a sign that they're heading in that direction. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I do.
yeah. So just practicing this no with softness and then finding the laugh and the smile might just take it to a place where you can be boundaried, without going overboard on it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does. But now I have a question. Now, when I do that, there's some guys that are more aggressive and want to still cross that barrier.
Yeah, that's when you need to escalate it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you could be
Yes.
I'm not saying don't be fierce because sometimes we do no. We need to have a really firm no. So do you want to practice that one? So let's do a
No.
scale. Yeah, let's do a scale. How would you say no to a child who wanted some candy?
Oh, sweetie, if you keep playing with that light switch, you're not going to be very happy. So I
Okay,
think
great.
you need
And
to
now
move
show
away
me
from
like
it.
a little bit firmer.
Huh?
That's like low level. Now let's do a little bit firmer. Like no.
Uh, okay, when we out in the street and I'm holding your hand and I
Yeah.
let go on your hand, you cannot move. You stay right here because this is for your protection because I don't want you to run out in the street.
Beautiful. Nice example of a loving no, but that's firmer than the first one, right? And then let's do this a more adult one. So how do you say no to some annoying guy who's making comments about the truck or whatever? Just like firm, like we did before, firm but without being super aggressive.
Okay, usually I just walk away because at that point
That's fine,
I'm
but we're
too
giving you another
angry.
option. We're giving you
Okay.
another option, right? So relax the belly, relax the mouth, and give a firm no.
No.
Okay, great. That's a nice, clear, firm no. Now, let's say someone's really like criminal, unpleasant, predatory. Now they're really pushing an edge. Now we can give a really like, fuck you, no, and I will kill you if you keep going no. Because we do occasionally need that in life, right? There are predatory people out there. Yeah, it's not how we talk to a kid. It's not how we talk to a normal adult. It's just a bit annoying, but it can be useful. So I can take it. Give me your like scariest no.
It's like kick your you come one more step towards me, I'm gonna get in my goddamn car, run your ass over.
I will fuck you the fuck up. Can we have a round of applause for Stephanie's hardcore no? Damn, I swear that's one of the best I've ever heard. Okay, so what we're doing there is giving you what we call a scale of intensity, right? Because if all you've got is 0 and 100, you're either going to have to walk away or you're going to have to go to that hardcore. So we're giving you the scale from the loving kids one to the sort of slightly more assertive to the more adult, and then the extreme one if you need it. Does that make sense? So now you've got like a scale of assertiveness rather than just like on or off switch kind of thing. Yeah. Often when people
That's
have,
great because that's what I was. I was
yeah, I
either
thought.
on or I was off.
And that's normal. When people have trauma, that's super normal. We've got it black and white, yeah, on and off. Yeah. So beautiful. Listen, what's your takeaway here before we wrap this up?
Oh, this is very good because I was always at 100. Whenever I had gotten so hyphen because I was driving trucks for 20 years, so I've had 20 years of this stuff. I go to a
Beautiful.
place and they look at me and it says, well, you're not supposed to be in here. Well, I'm a truck driver. I got to deliver this stuff. I'm tired. I'm
You
hungry.
had to
Got to go
develop that
buy
kind
me.
of attitude, right? But now sometimes to soften it, yeah, you got a choice. It's just about giving you more choice, more freedom. Stephanie, it's really lovely to meet you. You take care.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.